notice me? Does anybody see it changing the weather? Does anybody see the tears we bleed? Do you know how long we've been together? Sign old times, shows I'm lost. Things could be a little better. Not much does it really cost. Get you to write me a letter. Now take a chance with this chance, 'cause there's nothing left to say. Just stick around and listen to me now. Soon I'll be on my way. There's no turning back, no turning back now. I just want to know how. Some old dreams can just shatter. Does it even matter? Indecision, how long will it take for you to make up your mind? This starts to fall, you're not at stake, but seems to be a waste of time. Does anybody know how to change this world? Change it on one single stride. 'Cause greed and money won't make the world. You'd have to change your life. All right.
Shane Graham.
How you doing there, man?
What's going on, man? It's about time we got you on the show.
I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to come on here sooner, but I just didn't have. I haven't had a chance.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's we've both been busy. You've been very busy getting a record together.
Yes, sir. I have. I mean, I've been in other bands and we put some CDs out, but actually, this is legitimate with the label. And yep. I'm international artist, so I'm putting it out everywhere. So
yeah, that's awesome. So the record is called Soul for Rent.
Yes, sir, it is.
And when is that officially releasing?
It's releasing August 6th.
Awesome.
I am going to have an album release party the same day at Scandals in Virginia Beach off Holland Road, and It should be everywhere. I'm talking streaming, downloads. From what I know from the global distribution, you'll probably find me in Best Buy and Target.
Fantastic. Awesome. All right, and real quick, I just want to thank everybody that's tuning in. This is the Lockdown live stream. We do this every Sunday with a different artist or band.
That's right, dude. And dude, your stuff is phenomenal, dude. I've been wanting to get on here for a while. You know I've been trying to get on here for a while. I had to book this months in advance. So, dude, I give you props, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Great quality.
I appreciate it. So, Shane, what do you have for us today?
All right, so basically what I'm going to do is I decided to come in here and I wanted to break it down to how these songs all came about. I wrote everything on my 12-string, and what I believe makes my band unique, I'm very humble for everything I do. I don't probably think that I'm the greatest vocalist, but I know that the stuff that I'm putting out there, people can relate to.
Right.
Okay. And so what I'm gonna do today would be stuff from pretty much everything from the album.
Yeah. So all original stuff.
All original stuff. I don't do a lot of covers. I try to do some at shows, but I've done that in the past, and I got this problem with trying to sound like everyone else instead of doing my own vocal.
It's not your thing.
It's not my thing. So that kind of, so basically, I wanted to give everybody a breakdown. Usually you don't get the acoustic breakdown of the song till after the album's been released.
Right.
I'm just kind of
doing
this backwards.
We're going to do an acoustic.
We're doing it backwards. Yeah. So basically, I just wanted to give everybody a breakdown because I have a lot of fans, and I have people that know me from just playing acoustically and don't know the other side of this.
Right.
Which all these songs were written with full production. It's just I didn't have the manpower when they saw me, maybe, you know? So this is basically just breaking it back down for those people that knew me like that. And then also, when they come to the show, they'll be familiar with the songs on the album, even though they hear all the other instruments.
Awesome. Well, with that, let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right. I want to make sure real quick, because I am dealing with a 12-string, and she's very temperamental. By the way, I play a 12-string, and another thing about my stuff is that I think it makes a unique sound with the 12-string mixed with the electric guitar. There's not a lot of that these days. And I write everything on my 12-string, and I haven't want to walk away from it. So anyway, I want to make sure before we start here. So the next song I'm going to do is called Photo Album. And if I could enlighten you on what the song's about, is that okay? I want to say that this is actually, all my songs are pretty much true except for one of them on the album. But this song in particular is about someone that actually my drummer was dating, and then they split up, and then me and her would continue to be friends, and then she died in a car accident. And this one that I'm gonna do here, it's basically my tribute to her. She passed out the wheel on Shore Drive, and I don't know if anybody that lives around here in Virginia Beach knows Shore Drive, but it was very unfortunate. And so anyway, I had to do my homage to a great friend of mine, and anyway, so this one's called Photo Album. You're just a picture in my mind, just a snapshot of another time, a life I once knew, left far behind. You're just a picture in my mind, what a memory we have formed. And now I'll keep you in a photo album. Can't take back that day, can't be undone. And now I keep you in photo album. Still blinded by the flash, the overexposure that came too fast, erasing all that we had. Except that still frame right before the crash. What a memory we had from, and now I keep you in photo album. Can't take back that day, we can't be undone. And now I keep you in photo album. Oh, I'm all pictures, I threw them all away. And now I see your face driving down the highway. I didn't want you to go the rainy Sunday. I couldn't change mine before you drove away. Yeah, what a memory, 'cause we had fun. And now I keep you in photo album. I can't take back that day, we can't be undone. And now I keep you in photo album. Now I keep you in photo album. Now I keep you in photo album. Now I keep you in. Now I keep you in.
Shane Graham.
Sorry. She's being temperamental, but
No, you're good, man.
anyway, but yeah, so and I want to alliterate here for the people that just know me from playing open mics and playing solo these shows that this is that song, and plus all the others have solos and bass and drums and
Yeah.
and all kinds of things to it. So yeah. All right, so the next one I have on the album is this one's called Bird Song, which is funny because I actually wrote it like in 1996. I've had different versions of this,
Yeah.
you know, even without vocals and all kinds of instruments. I mean, it makes a great instrumental and stuff, but you know, as of it being such a song that I wrote so long ago,
Yeah.
to see it come to form into what'll be on the album that people will hear is amazing.
No, that's really cool. That is really good. 96, huh?
96 is when I
Wow.
wrote it. And by the way, I know this sounds funny, but you know, everybody's called Bird Song and the whole thing, and everybody can joke me if they want to, but I will always say this and I'll stick to it, bro, is the fact that I was walking down the street and heard a bird chirping that rhythm.
What? Wait, so
And-
are you telling me you ripped off a bird?
I ripped off a bird, bro. I ran back to the house, grabbed my guitar, and he was doing this, he was doing, so he was like doing, you know, and then he went off in this other crap, and I'm not saying I copied that, I didn't steal that part from him, but so I got the whole, you know, kind of thing going. And then I kind of like try to take what inspired me from when, because he did that for a while. And then all of a sudden, of course, he changed, birds, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just for some, I know it sounds crazy, man. But I get inspiration from many places.
No, that's cool, man.
It
That's
could
a
be
cool
just
story.
someone saying something to.
Yeah.
I hear a sound, and I'm like, "Phew."
Yeah.
So anyway, this one's called Bird Song, and yeah. So by the way, so on this album, this has probably got to be the oldest song on the album. I've written a lot of songs, between a few years ago, but I swear that's got to be the longest. So anyway, this is how it goes. Blackbird flies over me. The song it sings, it carries through my journey. So I fly mentally to see if it comes rhythm inside of me. And in the rain and thunder, keep on walking, but I don't even care if the bird song will save me. Please understand why I'm a broken man. More birds join in harmony with rains harder to beat of the melody. So I fly mentally to see if it comes rhythm inside of me. When in the rain and thunder, keep on walking, but I don't even care if the bird song will save me. Please understand why I'm a broken man. When the rain and thunder keep on walking, but I don't even care if the bird song will save me. Please understand, please understand why broken man. It is so weird to do these songs without the full band now. You know that? But breaking it down, man, that's how it was originally written, and I stuck with it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I like about doing it this way is we give people a little bit of teaser, for the album, and then they get to hear the whole polished experience, and then I want to bring the whole band on. You know.
Yes, we got to come back with the full band.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you all hear the album, it's going to be you're going to hear that, but it's going to be with all the other instruments. I mean, I've got piano in some of these. I've got, you already know. I mean, I got to give you credit here anyway. I mean, come on, man. You did the bass on the album, and you did the Gray. I can't even wait for you to hear Gray.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, so, it's just, what's been so hard is the fact that, I had to start all over. I was playing in many bands.
Yeah.
I've never really been by myself. I'm usually with a band.
Well, let's start here because I want to talk about some background with you.
Okay.
So, first, how long have you been in music?
Since I was 16. Okay, I'm 40. I'll be 46 at the end of the month. July 31st, I'll be 46. I've been playing since I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
The first band that I did join and got into, I did mainly covers, but started to, write lyrics and for the originals kind of stuff.
Right.
I didn't know how to play guitar at the time.
Right.
And what happened was basically when I had songs in my head and I tried to get lessons from my guitar players, the only guitars they would let me rehearse on were 12 string. So my first guitar I bought has been 12, and now it's kind of backwards. I mean, I could play a 6 string, and I have them, but it's like sloppy. And to me, I feel sloppy, right? I'm like backwards. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's funny. I've never heard that story before. I didn't actually know how you ended up with the 12 string.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, after I got enough money, the first guitar I bought was this one right here. It's a Washburn George Washington Festival series. It's about 25 years old right here.
Wow.
And it's the first guitar I bought.
I was gonna say, I always see you with that guitar.
Well, you know what? It's like kind of my girlfriend at the moment. She gets mad, you know? No. Well, I see it in performances. She gets mad at me if I play another one, but
Yeah.
I can't help it though. The sound that comes out of this thing, I had to use it for recording. It didn't matter. I could have got other guitars, and I had another one that was electric 12-string Ibanez, strictly electric.
Yeah.
But it did not. I wrote everything on her, man.
Yeah.
I owe it to her. And by the way, I don't know if anybody cares, but her name is Desiree.
So have you been in Virginia Beach your whole life?
Yes, I was born in Norfolk, but lived in Virginia Beach most of my life. Kind of been dwelling a little bit in Chesapeake here lately, but
you're local.
I mean, I did go in and out of town, but I didn't move away.
Gotcha.
I've always come back here, and I've always been trying to promote this area.
Yeah.
I mean, since back in the day, because I don't know, some people don't realize this, but when I started, there was no open mics. Right?
Yeah.
There was every band that you did play out with was in competition, and now I'm out here, they have open mics, I've got people, all the musicians support me. I mean, this has got to be one of the greatest, like, music scenes around here that's been untapped or something, because, like, everybody is amazing. I mean, I go and support them, they come and support me, we all fill in for each other. I mean,
yeah.
I never had that before. It's always been, I'm with a band, I get on stage with other bands, even at the Norva, and then it's always competition and everything. And, I think that music is for everyone anyway, and we all need it. I mean, it's a part of everybody's life, no matter whether you admit it or not.
Right.
But the point is that, when we're all trying to do the same thing, why not work together?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude,
I've been fighting people so much, and I don't understand it, but, we're all, we all can help each other get into what we need to do. I mean, it doesn't have to be that, and
Exactly.
So I'm very fortunate to meet, like, you and the guys I got playing for me, and all the musicians that I play out around town. I mean, I could go and name them all.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, we have a great music scene here.
No, we really do. And likewise, man. I mean, you were one of the first people that actually did work with my studio. Oh,
wow,
so
okay.
Yeah, that's something I really appreciate. Was you were one of the first people in this scene.
I needed.
to give me a big project,
I didn't want to seclude myself to one thing. I wanted this album to be what I had in my head, and the only way to get there is to venture out to what I.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm glad I freaking did.
Yeah. All right, so Virginia Beach local, you stuck around mostly. You started playing guitar when you were 16.
Yeah, I was in the front page of the Daily Break, the newspaper here in 1992 when I was 16. Played Mount Trashmore. That was my first really big gig.
Oh, that's
was
cool.
Mount Trashmore at that time. Yeah. I've had a couple offers with bands, but you know how that goes. Once money comes into play, people don't want to do things, and things fall apart. And as a musician, since I was 16, it's been hard enough just to find the band members and keep them. You invest all this time in somebody, and then 6 months later, they walk out the door, know? You're starting all over again at that point, whether they're writing songs with you or whatever, So that's always been, like, a really big problem with... I see a lot of bands. I mean, they're really good, but they don't keep going. They have all these issues. I mean, it's just, finding the right people that are actually dedicated.
Yeah.
Say they're dedicated, and they really mean it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's tough to find, though.
Yes. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is, definitely. I lucked out at this moment to be involved with some really great musicians to make this album happen.
Yeah.
Because I did not have them when this came about.
And you did a great job too, finding all the right components, basically all the right people to come together to make it happen. You put together a really good team for that, I think.
I really appreciate that because I didn't just pick anybody. I
Yeah.
mean, I really invested in myself in this album. This is all in my head, and I got to make it happen. I mean, this is just incredible. So,
And real quick, shout out to Lauren and
guys,
Richard.
yes, shout out to my drummer Lauren Johnson. Actually, he's been with me. And can I say this before we move on? I'll try to speed this up a little bit, but we actually started a few of these songs that are on the album. We started my first original band called Touch, and I started that with Lauren. And because I wasn't allowed to name the band Touch, and the band was named Touch at the time.
Right.
I'm not wasn't they didn't want that for this, and they wanted me to be solo. So I named my first song on the album, which is the introduction to the album. I named Touch. Mm-hmm. So it's still incorporated in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he's been with me for a long time. That's my guy I go to orchestrating my songs. I have the incredible Richard Taylor, who, if ever, I'm sure you've seen him around town. He fills in for everyone. I mean, this guy is just phenomenal. When you hear these solos on the album, you're gonna be amazed. I mean, this is the catchy stuff that we all grew up with. That you remember the solos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that solo. There's no mistake in it. I mean, just the guy's brilliant. I've got you that did incredible freaking bass on the album. I mean, and by the way, I will mention, as for shows, because you're so busy, I still have to give a shout out to Aaron, aka Jesus, from Ember Sound, because he's been backing me up on my shows because you've been busy, and I understand that you got a lot of things going. So hats off to those guys. They've been incredible for making this happen for me, and you, I mean, been amazing. We haven't even got the gray. I will play that a little later, but you did all. I mean, when you hear it on the album, it's orchestra and everything. The composure you did and everything with the all the instruments. It's like a game changer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like it's like a separate piece, dude. It's really I'm like just right now like overthought. I am nervous though. I mean, I'm betting on myself. It's my name. I'm behind my band name, but like really, I'm really really happy with the album, man. I mean, it's
really good to hear.
I've been wanting people to hear that, and they couldn't hear it when I'm just playing open mics or solo gigs by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, if you just hear it the way it's supposed to be, right?
All right, well,
so
let's
song.
Let's do a couple more songs, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about your songwriting,
Okay.
and the band dynamic. And your relationship with Lauren and how you guys, form the core of what your band is, right? And how, because you guys have been working together for a very long time, and that's something I want to touch on too. So first, let's jump into this, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna get to those.
Sounds good. All right, so the next song I'm doing is called Need. I'm thinking this song just basically when I wrote it, I just think that people could relate to what I was feeling, and I wanted to write it in a way that was relatable and not just, a one direct message, So anyway, this one's called Need. I need a feeling, not too strong. I need a meaning, I need a song. I need a eye, 'cause this was too old. I need a soul, boss old, cause I need a new friend. Not too unkind, I need a new girl to stay by my side. I need a new town, a new place to dwell. I need a new life, man. This was hell. Everyone needs someone to be near. I need someone won't laugh on my fears. I need a place where I can be found. I need a face that won't let me down, cause I need a new friend. Not too unkind, I need a new girl. Stay by my side. I need a new town, a new place to dwell. I need a new life, man. This was hell. I need a new feeling, we're not too strong. I need a new meaning, I need a new song. So think of me when you hear my song, and try not to think all things I did wrong. So anyway, yeah. And I gotta say though, another thing I'm happy real quick before you go into anything else, I just wanna say real quick that I'm very happy with the production of these songs on the album. Even with the solos and stuff, these songs are not gonna sound the same as the next. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, no, it's just from from the experience of working with you and recording it. I'm excited to see how it turns out, and you brought me an early copy, which I appreciate. So I'm looking forward to
Yes,
checking
sir,
that out.
dude. Yeah, dude. Well, you deserve it anyway, man. But I can't give it out yet. But it's been production. It'll be released. I'll have it at the show, and you can download it, stream it.
Once again, August
6th.
August 6th.
August 6th, Friday, August 6th, and it'll be released worldwide at that point. Mm-hmm. And I'm international.
And shout out to Rare Metal Records.
Yeah, I was getting there. Man. Made me look bad because I was getting there with that. But yes, I'll do it now. That would be the point where to do it now. But yeah, you know what? I gotta say, shout out to Rare Metal Records, my label. They are like the greatest people. They have been like family. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're really cool people. They really have, like, made me feel like this was, they enjoy my music too. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's like having a new group of friends or family I just met.
Yeah.
It's not even like a business arrangement. It's like a family. And so I'm going to give it out. Dave Abson, Bill and Mary Martin. I mean, you guys I love you guys. Thank you for everything and giving me this opportunity. I'm international. I'm going to be live stream, downloads. I mean, we're looking at the global distribution. Like, I'm going to be in stores, I can't believe that at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So, I'm very humble about myself, man. I don't, I always try to give my respects to everyone. You can go out and do what you want. You can be a jerk and be like, I want this, I want that, and just boss people around. But that's just not the way to do things to me. So,
for sure.
Right. So, anyway, did you want to do that question, or did you want me to play another?
Yeah, let's do a couple more.
A couple more. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure my tuning is right here. I'm sorry. So the next song I'm gonna do for y'all then, how about I do this, man? Since we were speaking of gray, it's always a B note. So since we were talking about gray, which I want to bring up right away because you had a major part in that. We were not sure how we were gonna do this song. It first started as just guitar and maybe a solo.
Yeah.
I kind of had the idea that it always would sound good if it was just piano and a solo. And then we came in here and we turned around and we tossed out ideas to you, and you were amazing on that. So now I've got this orchestra piece that sets me in a different league there. I mean, it's not like anything on the album.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
It is very different. Especially, I mean, I've not been, I'm saying, so like, I mean, it puts me in a different bracket. It's like what came out of that was amazing. I mean, I could always hear it in my head, but like, I was trying to be realistic, and you made that happen. So I'm gonna do this the way it is, the way I wrote it. When we do it live though for the show, I added some things to it because I'm not going to have the orchestra and everything, but
Right.
I'm going to do a different version of what you hear right now. Spice it up, I got my own way.
I can't wait to hear it.
All right, so this one's called Gray. It'll be the last pretty much on the album, and it'll be all orchestra, so please check it out. We came down way too fast. We came down like a plane crash. We must suffer, far away funky. Wow, no, change things. Life can be so strange. Lie once I know what's happening inside you. 'Cause nights are gone, come around here to know what I do. But we came down, shot from the sky. We came down, I don't know why. 'Cause we must suffer, far away funky. Why no, can't change things, and people are so strange. Once I know what's happening inside you. 'Cause nights are grown, come around here to know what I do. But we came down way too fast. We came down like a plane crash. Change things, girl. Wish they'd stayed the same. But I still wanna know what's happening inside you. 'Cause nights are grown, come around here to know what I do. But we came down way too fast. We came down like a plane crash. I will say that is a lot different than singing it with all the other instruments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's a different level playing it back to acoustic, man. I was like, this
It's
is
a whole
weird.
other world.
But anyway, all right.
That's awesome. All right, so you got to tune up real quick again.
I think I'm good. No,
Awesome.
I think it was just, there was that little break in between, and she went,
It's just 12 strings, man.
No, I think she's mad at me.
Well,
I left her in the car a little
that would
earlier,
do it.
and she wants me to bring her everywhere, and I
Yeah.
left her in the car for a little bit.
you
And
can't be doing that until you get in trouble.
I know.
All right, let's do another song.
All right. So, how about this? We'll do, now the album's called Soul for Rent. So, I'm going to do that one. And I would like to explain to people, because I get this a lot where people go, they see my shirt, and they're like, Soul for Rent, how much?
Right.
Right? And I'm like, but if you listen to the song, I actually say it's not for rent.
Ah.
It's more like this song where you're saying, hey, I'm not just your fun, I'm not your fling, I'm not your every now thing.
Right.
My soul's not for rent.
Yeah.
But you're gonna buy this. you're gonna have to work for this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of what the song is. It's like you're fed up in the relationship and you want more respect.
Right.
So I'm not saying it became the title track and it became the name of the album, but in itself it comes off differently unless you know the song. And everybody just assumes that I'm, saying it's for rent.
Right.
So just to clarify that, I wanted to say that. So anyway. So this one's called Soul for Rent, and this is my title track for the album. I think I might say goodbye. I think I'll be on my way, because you can't read storyline in this my day play. Stay or should I go tonight? These reasons are far from mine. I can see that madness in your schemes, but my soul isn't for rent. See, and if by chance I film you, maybe a documentary, then you could get to see a preview of this whole movie. Stay or should I go tonight? These reasons are far from my mind. Ooh, I can see that madness in your schemes, but my soul isn't for rent. See, stay or should I go tonight? These reasons are far from my mind. Ooh, I can see that madness in your schemes, but my soul isn't for rent. You see. Wow. That's come along. I've been playing that by myself for a long time. And to hear it on the album has just been amazing, dude, for it. And the solos, Richard does these solos, just and the bass, everything, this just drives. It's a good hype song,
Yeah. No, I'm really excited to listen to the CD that you gave me. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the process here.
Okay.
So let's start with your writing.
Wow.
How do you go about it? Because everybody that I've interviewed so far, has a different way of doing it, you know.
Right.
So how does a song come? I mean, I know you go out and you listen to the birds and you steal their melodies.
That's the only one that came from an animal, I swear. No. I will say this in the beginning. I started off in poetry, and I would write. I just would dabble in poetry, and I love writing, and I love poetry. I mean, I really got in at the one point, I got into Jim Morrison like a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
But when I was younger, like in high school, before I found these bands or whatever, I actually I would sell love notes to my friends. I'd write them for their girlfriends,
Really?
and they would pay me to write, makeup letters. And
Dude.
I know, right? I mean, have you ever even heard of that business?
No.
I mean, shoot, I could have just went on that one, right? And then I was fortunate enough to meet a friend of mine that was a guitar player, and I tried to write a song, he found it, and then he pushed me and he introduced me to guys. So anyway, but as of songwriting, if in the beginning, it was the bands that brought me the songs, and I would write to the songs.
Yeah.
But then I had songs in my head, and then I had to, like I said before, I learned how to play, but on string. And then it got to the point where, I'll basically break it down like this. Half my stuff is the music first. The other half is lyric first. If I write the lyrics first, I have an idea of the song and the rhythm and everything and what I want. And it really sucks because then I have to write like my own kind of marks next to the lines that I'm trying to remember what I'm going with, the rhythm I'm going with.
Right.
I mainly will write the music first. And I'll take the feeling of that, and then that's what comes out. I've always been in different bands and working with other musicians, and I love working with musicians because then I'm not writing all about myself. Mm-hmm. And now you have this album because I've been writing by myself, right? So basically, these songs I wrote by myself, but like, I love writing with other people. I can go either way. I get more creative when I work with other people. I think basically if it comes down to just me by myself, I will come up with the music first and then I'll go ahead and do it. But I have books and books of lyrics and ideas,
Yeah.
So it's not like a set process.
So real quick, how long have you been working with Lauren for, as far as that dynamic, the band dynamic?
So I reconnected with him in about 2000. He's an old friend of mine that I grew up with in high school and stuff. He came to me because he was playing drums and wanted to play and knew I was playing and stuff. And that was about 2000. So within a year or two, we put a band together, and I think we played till 2005 or 6 with that band. But everything I've done, like with working on these particular songs, has been with him. With Lauren, he's a great drummer, and I feel bad because I'm the one going in there directing him.
Right.
I want you on the ride here. I want you on the hi-hat here. Here's where you go off and do the toms. I don't know. In my songwriting, I need the structure done.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do anything else from that point, I need the main rhythm and the drums, the structure of the song. And then it's, and I try to write things for everybody else to, do their thing and everything like that, give everybody their spot. But I think when I write songs, the structure has got to be there first. So It's basically the drums and my guitar. So that's why he's been the sole key guy that I've been working with because,
Yeah. Well, you two seem to work really well together.
Oh, yeah. It's gotten to that point when you work that long.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows if I take a step back, we're changing wrists, whether he can hear me. Because sometimes you're playing, this.
Yeah.
You're playing out, you can't hear the guy playing in front of you. You're playing drums. You can't hear things. Sound sometimes is not right.
Yep.
And he knows my movements.
Right.
He knows if I step up on the mic, it's a verse. He knows if I take a step back, we're changing a riff.
Right.
He knows my actual movements. Been playing so long. That makes this work out really well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get that right away with just, jumping anybody in there. So no offense, but
Yeah.
just, you know what? And I believe that, it's not just having key players. It's the actual time you spend together where you all link up And so then even if anything happens on stage, you all are covered. You all have each other's back. Like everybody knows what's going on. They're flowing together. You have that connection.
Absolutely.
And I haven't got to get that totally much in a long time. I mean, getting it now recently, but like in my bands back in the day, I'd have that, but then in between, it was just hard to get that,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I mean, you don't want to just play the stuff the way it is. You want to entertain the people. You want to put on a show. You want to do it maybe a little differently. Maybe you want to act. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. So anyway, but I'm not complaining over here. Like I said, I've been very gracious and humble and just thankful for everything that's been happening.
So let's switch gears a little bit and going back to Rare Metal Records. So how did that happen in the first place? How did you get connected with those guys? How did that start?
Okay. All right. So, and like I had mentioned before, that a lot of people hadn't seen me, except for playing out solo and acoustic. I was in other bands and stuff, and I had an accident, and I had to have surgery on my hand, so I had to start all over. By the way, I want to mention this real quick. Another props out to Joey Wood, and I got to say that because you know what? When I started all over, and I could only play 3 songs, and I'd walk up to the bar to do open mic with him, and I could only do 3 songs, trying to get my hand back into some sorts, not even knowing if I could even play again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just took me under his wing, dragged me to all his open mics. He was like had my back through this whole thing. I saw him on your show last time, and I'm not doing that just because you mentioned me, but me and him, we're on each other's, just picking on each other.
Yeah.
But that guy is one of the greatest guys around here, the number one. He does all the karaoke's and everything. What a great friend, great musician, great loyal guy. So I had to put that out there. So, and I got away from your question. Was
Rare Metal Records.
Okay, so what happened is that eventually, because I knew it was going to take me a while to find a band, I decided to go solo. And I started playing all these places or whatever, even open mics. And actually, I got discovered at Riff House by one of the members of Rare Metal Records. And that happened to be a night where I really was just like, why am I doing this? But I went out and did it. And I always say that, but then when I'm done, I'm all happy about it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm glad I did this, But anyway, and he approached me then, said he really liked my stuff. He came back out and saw me again, and then he talked to me and said, "Hey man, are you interested in that and doing something like that?" So, No. Sure, fine. So anyway, so then and so then he brought me in a meeting, and I met everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't think they knew that I had been playing this long, or I had all these songs under my belt.
Right.
So I think I knew they were happy when I was like, I got plenty of songs. I can do whatever,
Yeah.
And that's how that kind of happened, man. I mean, like, it was a night I wasn't gonna go out, and I got discovered at an open mic at Riff House. It was basically, I'm sorry.
No, it's funny. What can happen when you do something that you're like, when you're not stoked, but something still tells you, what, you should do it anyway, even though you don't want to.
Right.
Those are always the moments I've found where good things really happen. Now, why did you pick this? Because, as you just said, you've got a lot of material. You've got a lot of songs that you've written. What made you decide to put on the album the songs that you did as opposed to the rest of your catalog?
Besides one song on this album that I swapped out, this album was already written 15 years ago.
Wow. So this has been a dream 15 years in the making.
I've already wrote all this stuff 15 years ago and wanted it all this way that I have it now. The new songs on the other album half of them are brand new. The other half are stuff I wrote 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I have, some instrumentals I wrote too that will be released as singles, so I can get them out there before the other album. But I already wrote most of this stuff pretty much 10, 15 years ago.
Wow.
I mean, except for like maybe 6 to 8 songs. those are not necessarily on the other album, but like half of them are.
Right.
So I'm still writing now, so I got new stuff now, but
Yeah.
it's not even like I didn't even know that was going to be done, you know. So yeah, so that would be my answer. Is yeah, I wrote this album except for Gray. I mean, no, Gravity, which I'm going to play next. Gravity is written in 2018. Everything else was written pretty much 10, 15 years ago.
Wow. You know, and Shane, this is one of the things that I really admire and respect about you the most is your drive and your passion for what you do. The fact that you've had this album in the making for 15 years, right, and you haven't given up is huge. Because a lot of people would. A lot of people, I see people show up to open mics, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4 times, and they talk about, oh, you know, I'm really serious, I really want this, and then you never see them again,
Right.
and they drop off the map. But you've been doing music practically your whole life, and you've got songs that you've been sitting on for years and years and years.
I should have gave up by now, right?
No, absolutely.
No, I mean, you would think at this
yeah,
point,
yeah.
like since 16, you'd be like, oh my God, I mean, this is not going to happen. I mean, after the surgery, I was about that way. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to play again, you know? And I don't know. I have a drive, though. It's like my release.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have their own releases and it can be many different things, you know, different arts or different whatever they do, you know? This is mine, and I can't just not do it. Whether I made it big or whether I do anything with it, I felt like I had to get this out of me and to everyone. And I think that everyone can relate to me and these songs. So I don't think I'm putting out anything that's like protest or
Right.
I'm not out there being, you know, a politician or trying to change people's views. I'm just simply relating,
Yeah.
you know, and what is music? It's the feeling. It's what you feel, you know? So that's
Well, it's really cool, man, that you've stuck to it, and now it's starting to pay off. You
I
know,
appreciate
it's,
that.
You're getting, you're getting what you've wanted. You know, and it's really cool to see.
no, we'll see. I'm still betting on myself right now. So we'll see, man. Right, right. All right. So the next one I said was Gravity. I'm sorry, Gray. They start with the same. But Gravity, the one I said that's actually the newest one on the album. Everything else was written before. That good? You good to go? All right. Here we go. Lately I feel like a missing puzzle piece. I never fit where I'm supposed to be. I roam the streets solo in the city. Starting life over is never pretty. Trying to fly is never easy. Lying pulled down by gravity. Yes, I do wonder who I'm supposed to be. Walking through gravity, cushion me. Lately I try to write my feelings down. Words fall the page and onto the ground. I close my eyes and focus on the sound. 'Cause everywhere I look, I still see you around. Trying to fly is never easy. Like it pulled down by gravity. Yes, I do wonder who I'm supposed to be. Walking through gravity, cushioning. easy. Lying pulled down by gravity. See outside to wonder who's supposed to be walking through gravity, crushing me. Woo! Man, I don't know the last time I played that by myself, man. You know, I'm used to the drums and the toms and all that and the hypeness.
Well, and once again, folks, you can catch Shane Graham
Yes.
August 6th, Scandals, here in Virginia Beach.
8 to 12.
8 to 12.
I'll probably go longer than that, but, at least the show, right?
Yeah. For Shane Graham's album release for Soul for Rent.
Yes, sir.
So make sure you check it out live. The full band experience is awesome. It's just packed with energy. You're gonna have a great time. So August 6th at Scandals. Make sure you check it out, and of course, make sure you go and you buy the record.
Album, yes, it'll be streaming. It'll be download. You can buy it at the show. You can buy it online and the physical album. You're gonna have to wait for LPs at the moment, and eventually here it will be in the stores, like I said, Best Buy, Target kind of thing. And all over. I mean,
you'll be able to find it on all streaming platforms.
iHeartRadio, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music, all that. Yes.
Now, Shane, do you have any other upcoming shows?
At the moment, I don't. I wanted to do some shows before this one just to promote the album. But this has been very, very big project, more than I've ever taken on. I mean, I've started bands and I've booked shows and I mean, I have a video production company, and Allied Video Services in Chesapeake. We've been around for I think 37 years now. I mean, going on 38.
Wow.
I mean, we're top of the line HD studio, and I've always loved doing videos with music. Luckily, I've been able to use that to help promote myself, doing my website and doing promotional videos and stuff like that. But this entailed a lot more than I knew of when I started.
Right.
And my time has been between trying to, get the rehearsals and booking the shows. I have T-shirts and hats that are coming out, designing the album. I was given a lot of, even producing the album and everything, I was given the right to pretty much be in charge of most of this, and not knowing what that all entailed. I had been so busy, and I just was like, you know what? I want this to be really good.
Right.
I want everybody to get the right thing, and so I don't have any shows at the moment. I've been doing some last minute appearances.
Yeah.
Kind of things. But until the show, no, I had too much on my plate. I mean, unfortunately.
Well, perfect. So, folks, you can catch Shane Graham and his whole band August 6th at Scandals. And I just want to say for everybody tuning in, once again, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate everyone's support. I mean, everyone. I want to say again, my friends, family. You guys are just awesome for the support.
Absolutely. Once again, this is the Lockdown live stream. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. with a different band or artist. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. It really, really helps. If you're over on Facebook, feel free to follow the page. That way you get notifications anytime we do this.
You do. All your productions have been great. I was so excited to get on here, man.
Well, thank you, Shane.
Always sounded good, dude.
Thank you, man. And thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Yes. I wanted to get in here sooner, dude. You're a busy man. You're a busy man.
Well, we'll make it happen again soon. And with that, folks, thank all of you. Thank you, Shane.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Love everyone. Thank you.